All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome for joining in. And let's start off by saying this, right? I think patch 2.6. Let's just get all this out of the way. What I honestly, wholeheartedly think, and I'm objectively speaking, I think more people should be happy about 2.6 than not, because currently 2.6 almost pretty much delivers everything HoYoverse has to offer at this point, right? There's only one thing that they did not give us that they usually would, and that is teapot upgrades and teapot additions and more horizontal content. But when it comes to new zones, we're getting a new zone. When it comes to new artifacts, new grindables, we're getting a new grindable. When it comes to game optimizations, we're getting game optimizations. When it comes to new characters, we're getting Ayato. When it comes to Archon quest advancements, we're getting Archon quests. When it comes to character quests, we're getting Ayato's new character quests. 2.6 truly, I'm not saying it's perfect, I'm saying at this current state, it's what HoYoverse can deliver to us, which is like more stable, right? We're getting popular events for reruns, and we're getting popular characters for reruns, a new 5-star weapon. Again, right, not here saying it's perfect, and I know a lot of people were hoping for a little more, maybe a little Sumeru tease and whatnot. But overall, what I'm saying is 2.6 is shaping up to be a pretty powerful patch for HoYoverse to release at the current given time. I think a lot of people are just kind of itching for a little more to do, and a new artifact domain, especially for two very popular characters, especially Zhao, Yoimiya. People are relatively content with what we got here. Sure, is it better to get some sort of new grindable endgame content? Of course, you can spend more time in Genshin. Not gonna lie, if they released some sort of grindable or new attainable endgame content, I'd spend a lot more time in Genshin. But then again, it cannot be infinite, right? You cannot keep players forever. This new content probably would be something similar to the Abyss, where it's on rotation and people would just rotate through it. And to be honest with you, I think what we currently have right now with Genshin Impact is already it's good enough for where we currently are in the game. I hope that makes sense. Soul of an Artist, my man, thank you for tuning in. So if you guys don't know, make sure to go check out Soul of the Artist. All right, we reacted to his video the other day. He's definitely a man who speaks his mind, and I can respect that, and I think everybody should respect someone like that in our community. He has made a video since reacting to my video. You guys should go check it out, and make sure to do it with light heart, with open arms. People don't always agree on everything, right? I think Soul can agree with that. At least people don't usually agree on things, but it's up to us as individuals to see what they have to say first before making judgment, and kind of cut through the fluff on the side and just see what their goal is. And I know Soul has good intentions for everything that he says. So people, welcome Soul for tuning in, and just jumping in here to say hi.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Sup.
Lays, thank you for the $4.99, and don't worry, people. There's a lot going on, both in my stream today as well as after my stream. Lay is gonna be participating. If you guys miss Lay's sexy voice, there's gonna be an opportunity for you guys after today's stream to go tune into a podcast that Lay7 along with Flowcat and some others are also participating in. So make sure you guys stay around for that. If you guys don't have that much time, maybe take a break during my stream, go freshen up, get some food in your system, and get ready for that podcast, because that's gonna be the juicy stuff. It's always more beneficial to people to get more other people's opinion, whereas just me, I'm just myself. Unfortunately, I will not be participating in the podcast, maybe in a future podcast, but today it's gonna be Lay7, Flowcat, and a couple others if I remember. Right? Is it on Flo's channel? Yes, it will be on Flo's channel. So don't worry, I'll send you guys the link towards the end, as they will send me the link once they get everything set up. So be on the lookout, all right? So I'm going to be talking about my honest thoughts about 2.6 today, right here. Soul of an Artist is jumping in for a second. Dude, I need something to listen to whilst I study. I'm going to be here for a while. All right, no problem, for sure. So I'm just going to break down what I honestly think about 2.6, right? And I started off by saying, at the current state, this is what HoYoverse has to offer us without implementing anything new. Now, is that right? Is that going to satisfy the most part of the community? I don't think so, right? I mean, the most part of the people who have problems with the current game state, of course not, because it's just recycling more of the same stuff, right? Repeatables, and they're just doing what works right now. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but to be honest, I don't think Genshin Impact could be compared to something as commonly used and accessible as the wheel, right? I don't think they quite even have the wheel figured out yet, because if we're gonna be honest right now, I think the people who breathe life into the game of Genshin Impact, who should be valued the most, are the people who... I think the dolphins... I don't know if this is a hot take. I think dolphins are probably worth more than whales in this game, and the reason for that is being dolphins is abundant enough that you can find them pretty much like everywhere. Dolphins probably make up a good portion of the community, bringing in steady, consistent, expectable income for MiHoYo, whilst also not being so try-hard, but playing the game just enough to meet certain HoYoverse quotas. And this has actually been sparked by Soul of an Artist and my videos, and I was going back and rewatching and reevaluating the current state, like what player base is truly most value to MiHoYo. And if you guys think about it, like truly think about it, the free-to-plays are like the free advertisement for MiHoYo, right? They bolster the player base, and then they make the game seems very popular, and MiHoYo can always throw out numbers like 10+ million downloads or players, active player base. The whales are the ones who showed the free-to-play players, or they find a way to demonstrate what this game truly has to offer when you can dump that. Like, it's an unachievable standard for the most part, for most players. But it's there as a spectacle, right? It's like the... how should I put this? It's like the people who flex yachts and hanging out with Victoria's Secret models on their Instagram pages. You look at it, you're like, oh wow, that must be nice. And he's like, anyways, I gotta get back, right? You see this and you say, okay, if I work hard, if I, maybe in years of time, I can achieve that. It's something for people to constantly chase after, but it's never obtainable. Truly, it's never attainable. And that's what the whales serve as. It serves as this benchmark for free-to-plays, or for dolphins, or for small spenders to look up and be like, okay, I can chase that in a couple years time as long as I stay consistent to the game. It's like a nice ecosystem HoYoverse has built up just within the game, right? And then there's the dolphins sitting in the middle. Both there's somebody below them who are less fortunate, and then the dolphins always have somebody above them, being the whales and the giga whales, the leviathans. So the dolphins are kind of like running at the most optimal pace, right? If free-to-plays are sitting at the bottom, just chilling, taking their time, dolphins are the ones that keeps consistent pacing in this marathon. And whales are just full speed, right? Full speed.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I feel new characters C1 and C2 will always be good from now on, so they can get the dolphins to get them. It worked so well with Raiden, so keep it up. Exactly.
So see, that's my next point that I want to go into. I know I ramble a bit. I know I ramble because I don't have this stuff written out. It's just, I'm just saying it as it comes to mind, right? And that's exactly my point. You can see where HoYoverse is prioritizing their efforts by simply look at where the money and attention is going towards. And Lay 7 hit it right on the nail. It's the C1s and C2s, right? And to a certain degree, C1s and C2s are even obtainable for free-to-plays. I'm not gonna say all free-to-plays can get it every time. I'm saying when you put these low-hanging fruits in front of people, it makes it so hard to resist. Let's be honest. If you have expendable income every month, you have expendable income, and you have to decide where you want to allocate that. Maybe this month you can go out, hang out with friends, go to some parties, go to a nice bar, right? Chill out and spend a couple hundred on a good night out. But next month, maybe, just maybe, HoYoverse releases a character of your dreams, and C1 is so perfect that you're like, you know what? This month I'll take it slow with the chilling out and stuff, and I'll spend an extra $100 on Genshin Impact. That's all they want. That's all HoYoverse wants. The low-hanging fruits are meant to suck in these people who have the income to just drip it in, all right? Throw it in. And I think that's where HoYoverse has found true success in their in their game model. Being completely honest, if whales are going to be MiHoYo's main source of income, I don't think it's sustainable. Right. So the artist is not really. Most whales are content creators, which makes them the biggest form of free advertising. That is true. That is true. So Soul has a really good point here, being like, if the whales are able to benefit from being whales. So I'm talking about like the I Win to Lose Gamings, the Tectones, the Tenhas, the there's another one, the Tony 2 of the community, of course. But I think there's a much larger portion of the whale player base who are not benefiting from monetizing their whale status, right? Because I know content creators right now who are giga whales. Like I would say they spend just as much as I Win to Lose, because at that point there's a cap, right? There's a cap on how much you can spend in this game. I know people who aren't making it, or who are trying to make it as content creators, but it's too diluted, right? So think about it like this: how many C6R5 showcases can a free-to-play watch before they just go like, oh well, you know, it's just that. I think right now Tony 2 can capitalize on a market where it's like, he's fast. Dude, the man is lightning speed. The fucking banner can drop 3 minutes. Tony 2 can upload a video. It's like, haha, just hit 1 million damage on Ayato sword hits. And people are like, Tony, what the fuck? That's Tony 2. He's speed and efficiency. His videos are not edited. It's just raw footage. He just throws it up there and done. Boom. That's his job done. Tony 2 is like that. I Win to Lose is where people go to see comparisons, right? So it's just they've capitalized different areas of the market. Let's say a new C6R5 whale wants to jump into the market, capitalize on their whale status. What are they going to do? Right? How are they going to compete with these other giga whales who already established a format, an audience? They've already set up their booths. Right, so you see, dude, so I know, man, the whale showcases are the bane of most content creators' existence, especially if we're like lower spenders and we want to showcase more like closer to free to play.
Wet status. Damn, that's hot. Soul of an artist just watched a video and I already like ya. If you want, I would like to have you as a guest for a future podcast, good sir.
Dude, Soul. You see, I told you, people love you. Like, Soul Artist is simple by bringing something new to the table, right? So, but the thing is, personality-wise, not everybody is as charming as you, Soul. Like, not everybody has that charm about themselves. It's most people, and it's you probably know this. Most gacha gamers are more recluse. They're more inside of a shell. They usually don't prefer to go out of their way to please or be somebody else. And I've ran into a lot of people who ask me about tips on doing content in the Genshin space. And true, like honestly, right now, if I had to give advice to any content creators starting up or any whales, whatever, if you want to make Genshin content, it's extremely tough. Literally all areas of all niche, like both broad and niche markets in the Genshin space are pretty much taken up at this point. It's almost impossible to find a new area to capitalize on. For example, if you tell me you will cross-dress as a Genshin character while playing blindfolded, covered in oil with your feet, and that's your content. First and foremost, you're gonna find it hard to get monetized, but there is a market for you. Maybe a little more hidden away on the internet. There is a market. There's a market. But for the most part, the low-hanging fruits are all taken, are all gone, right? If you want to be just like an information, a news channel, or you want to be a showcase channel, or if you want to be a guide channel, if you want to be a personality channel, it's like, think about it. People only have so many hours in a day. Why should they watch, let's say, Jimmy Genshin over someone like Mtash, over someone like Tectone, right? If they're similar. Now, so you're a little different because you're like the embodiment of you're like the embodiment of an entire group of Genshin that nobody currently dares to even be someone like you right now. You know what I mean? Like, I talked about this issue. The more established ones, they have too much to lose. Mtash would never really explode and let his emotions out because he can't take the backlash, right? He cannot afford it. Same with Tectone. They have too much to lose. It's only somebody who truly has no monetary gain. It's not tied to profits, right? So it's the only way someone can truly voice the more frustrated side of the Genshin community. Tectone talks about it sometimes, but that's how he brands himself. He has the benefit of branding himself to be more outspoken and outlandish, right? But Tectone, I guarantee you, he's not letting it all out. Soul is somebody who is okay letting it all out. And I remember saying in the last live stream that Soul's gonna get more mellow as he becomes more monetized, and if he's dependent on YouTube to make a living. But Soul's response was, no, I'm not gonna depend on YouTube for a living, and if I do, I got there by being myself, so I'm not gonna change, which is a fair point. But you know, Tectone started off being very outspoken, not as outspoken as Soul, but definitely he compared his income with Mtash for the first couple months of Genshin, and Mtash was like 5 or 6 times his income, right? And that's because Tectone always started off his video by swearing in the first couple of minutes. So that really hurt him, and of course advertisers and whatnot don't want to approach somebody like that. I'm not saying Soul's gonna cave with when the money starts flowing in, but I'm just saying, you know, Tectone made an obvious choice to clean up his content a little bit, which in turns means censoring himself a little more. And I'm saying in the future, if people want to be monetized, they have to play by the rules, right? Soul says, I'm gonna rip Genshin apart until my dying breath, damn it. And I think that's why, Soul, you have carved out a space for yourself, because of that drive and that commitment to what you started off with, right? You're not wishy-washy. I think people will call someone like myself wishy-washy, and I think I'm fine with that, because wishy-washy is a very accurate term to describe somebody who believes a bit of both sides. I take stance in certain topics with you, Soul, but I take stance with other, like, white knights on other topics, which ends up for people who don't consume every last second of my content, which, of course, you can never expect someone to consume all of your content. That's just unreasonable. So it depends on how they interact with my content. Then that's what they see me as. There are people who will die on a hill and tell me I am the most toxic and complaining and whiny Genshin creator on this platform. There are people who truly believe that, Soul, and that's because they've only engaged in that part of my content and they form that opinion. And there are people who, at the same time, believe it or not, there are people who says I'm the biggest white knight of this community. Every video, Soul. And I'm sure you get this. Like your video uploaded a minute ago and it's a 10-minute video and somebody's like, oh, and some for me, they'll be like, oh, look, it's the biggest white knight of Genshin here to lick Mihoyo's boot again. But at the same time, I got people saying I'm the biggest hater for Mihoyo, right? It's normal. That's why I'm seen as this neutral personality, because I speak both sides. Because it's like, let's be honest, so at the end of the day, Mihoyo does get some things right and some things wrong, right? That's how most of their, like, they get a bit right, they get a bit wrong, and then they got a bunch of people hating them, they got a bunch of people licking their boots. It's always, right? It's always like this. So I think 2.6 is a step in the right direction. They got a couple things right, but of course they're even during my live stream, I saw the responses in my chat. There were people who are very disappointed. It's like, well, it's just more recycled content. We're doing the same shit again, and it's just they're continuing to milking the whales, the dolphins, and as long as they make their money, they're happy, right? But how I see it is Mihoyo truly came out with whatever they had to offer in the current state, right? Giving us a new region, a new Archon quest, and I think that's a big problem with a lot of that a lot of people had was, dude, where's our brother? Where's our brother? Where's Ether? Where's Lumine? Where's the updated story? Right? That's what a lot of people were talking about for months now, and me too. It's like, dude, I don't want to play these fucking like hold your hand baby quests, talking to different villagers, helping them find their chickens and cows. I don't care about that. I want to know what happened to my twin. What happened to Dainsleaf when he jumped through that freaking portal months ago? And we're out here mixing like alcohol for people in Deluxe. So we're taking a part-time job, right? It's not immersion. It's not immersive to play through the current iterations. But 2.6 comes back, hopefully pulls us back in. I hope the main quest line is gonna hit hard. I need, like, dude, this is worse. This honestly feels worse than waiting for Hunter x Hunter. Like, this feels worse than waiting for Hunter x Hunter new chapter to drop. This feels worse than watching through weeks of Naruto filler back in the day. Like, holy, like, I just realized this. It's miserable. It's miserable, to be honest, playing through some of the side quests. Atago, thank you for becoming a Bronze Tusk member again. Welcome back to the fold. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be honest, the current stories I don't really enjoy. Raiden was good. Raiden redeemed herself in her second storyline. Kokomi was a big letdown. I have yet to play Yai's because I don't know. Yai, I like Raiden's story. I like the second Raiden story, but the first one really kind of clapped me out of it a little bit. I don't know about Yai. Raiden Redemption is one of the worst storytelling. I think I just enjoyed more action, more secrets, more like seeing her past. Like, if you're gonna say, is it a perfect story? Like, of course not. But it's much. But compared to what we got the first time round, much better. So 2.6. More grindy for sure. I think 2.6, I'm definitely going to be spending more time in Genshin simply because of the artifact grind. First and foremost, I have to burn all 40 or 50 something of my fragile resins on top of probably another 2 weeks of good resin farming. Then we'll get somewhere, right? Raiden is my second least favorite character in the game because her story is bad. They should have just left her as a bad guy. I think so, right? I think so as well. I think Raiden, her philosophies are somewhat that's so thick. Okay, Raiden's political stance was like a big yikes, and I think Hoyoverse is trying to like pull it back a little bit. At the end, I think it's too catered towards kids, right? Genshin, the story, it's too catered towards kids. while having the pay model for like a full-time working adult, having the graphics appeal to like your 35-year-old degens. It's just all over the place. Genshin, if you like, I was praising MiHoYo earlier for like getting right the monetization model they want to have for this game, but at the same time, their stories are catered completely for the wrong audience. The story is just, I'd say the story could only be fully 100% like enjoyed, every aspect of it, by like your average teenager, like maybe like 14, 15. Because if you're a mature person, you're playing through the story, you're gonna have lots of problems with it. A lot of it is not going to make much sense. It feels forced. Or if you just, like even the 14 and 15-year-olds, if you consumed any good story in your life, you'll find Genshin's story to be relatively weak, with exception to the main storyline, which so far has been good. I would say good, not like amazing, just good. And to be honest, the story isn't the strength of Genshin Impact. If you ask me, what's the biggest strength of Genshin Impact? I would have to say the combat. Honestly, I think the combat is the selling point of this game. The intricacies of the reaction system and whatnot is what sells this game, right? The pairings of different unique characters and their design is what sells this game. I think this game probably pulls in a similar amount of income, if they shut down like 80% of the story. If they shut down 80% of the story, they'll make relatively similar, because I think a lot of people are here to get out of this this combat system. I think it's amazing what they've done. Just look at the pages and pages and pages of Excel documents that people come up for like one character in one constellation. It's insane. And then they have sections of different weapons pairings. Of course, it's not free, it costs money. I get it, but I think that's the strength. It's the strength. If they detract and take away from the combat, I think a lot of people are gonna leave. Combat is amazing in this game. I love it so much. It's the best. I think it rivals even some AAA games when it comes to combat design. And unfortunately, a lot of it is locked behind a paywall. That's unfortunate. I know. But it's there. It's there for people to work their way towards. If you love Raiden Shogun, hey, if people love Raiden, give it a year or two, you're going to be able to get her to C2. If you're lucky, you might even get C2 and her weapon. If not, just stay with the catch. It's a wonderful weapon. It's free. It's always available, right? Genshin designs these characters and gives you a way to chase after them slowly, even if you don't spend a cent in the game. That's the strength. And I think a lot of people are frustrated that, HoYoverse, why are you not doubling down on one of the biggest strengths you have in this game? Why not just go hard and go all the way? Polish it out more. Put more attention into it, right? Make sure characters are properly balanced at C0. Because to be honest, I think MiHoYo is balancing the game around like C2 or C6. Somewhere around there. I used to think they strictly balance around C6, but I think with the changing monetization priority, like Lay7 pointed out, being more C1, C2 now, they're going to balance the game towards that as well. So expect future characters to be more balanced around C2 and C6. We might start seeing imbalanced C6 characters. No, like truly, unless MiHoYo can find a way to nail both C6, C2, I think C0 characters are just not fair. For example, take someone like Raiden Shogun at C0, compare her to Yaimiko. How is that a fair comparison? At C0, it is not. It's not a fair comparison, right? Compare someone like Kaching at C0 to someone like Zhongli. Is that fair? Is that a fair comparison? Right? C0 is utterly broken in this game. C0 Yoimiya versus C6 Yoimiya is a totally different beast, right? C6 Yoimiya literally just breaks the game in many aspects. Like, her single target damage is higher than some characters like combined AoE damage in some cases. It's just not fair, right? I don't get it. Right? Nobody can sit me down and convince me that the game is balanced around C0 free to plays. It's not. They're delusional. It's balanced around now, currently it's still balanced around C6 units. Once you get all these characters to C6, okay, with exception to the standard banner, Keqing was not a fair comparison, all right? Even C6 Keqing is barely functional compared to certain C2 characters even. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm pretty sure a C1 Hu Tao out DPS a C6 Keqing when both are like optimized for DPS. And also it's because Keqing doesn't have like a really strong electro artifact set. Not yet, at the very least. I think it's gonna come with Yaimiko. Alright, people, I got it right? For people who are sitting here, were you here when I said that 2.6 was going to be Zhao's artifacts? Who was here when I said that like a patch ago? Right, I think I said that last patch or something. I said Yaimiko's artifact set probably won't come next patch, and if somebody is gonna come, it's probably gonna be Zhao along with Ayatos. And I did not expect Zhao's artifact was gonna overlap with Yoimiya's though. There's the potential for that artifact to overlap. Wait, was it Yoimiya's artifact? Wait, no. Does Yoimiya shares the same one with Ayato. Forgive me, excuse me. Because that's the one that buffs their normal attacks. So, yeah, I did not expect Yoimiya to be able to slide in. I did not expect Yoimiya to be slided into this whole like fiasco when they fix things, right? So, think about it. I think 2 patches from now, mark my words, I'm making another bold statement, and I don't look at leaks, but I'm gonna say 2 patches from now, people like Keqing, people like Yaimiko, they're gonna get their dedicated electro artifacts. So these are the 2 benefactors when it comes to a pure electro artifact upgrade. People is like, what about Fischl? Well, Fischl's not truly used as an electro carry, right? Fischl is more of a support DPS. So mark my words, 2 patches from now, we're gonna get our electro artifact set. Keqing's probably going to get a nice bit of a facelift here alongside Yaimiko. Where's Yaimiko? Alongside Yaimiko, and I think HoYoVerse is going to flesh out the imbalance when it comes to reactions with the release of Dendro. So if all things goes right, I think in Sumeru we're gonna get a new electro artifact set along with our first Dendro artifact set. So I think Sumeru is gonna drop 2.8. I think so, chat. I'm 2.8 probably is gonna be Sumeru, and it's gonna come with Yaimiko artifacts, Qing artifacts, along with our first Dendro artifact. Calling it now, that's what's gonna be. All right, people. Literally, it's not gonna even. We don't even have leaks for the next patch yet, so people can't come back and say like, Walrus, you look at leaks. Hey, I'm just saying it. Just saying. Because, to be honest with you guys, Sanzu and I have been talking for months now when it comes to Electro, because we both share similar concerns, but hopeful positivity, copium, I guess you can call it. We both share certain copium that Dendro is going to do something about the imbalance when it comes to Electro as an element. Currently Electro just feels how should I put this? Electro just feels how do I say this without starting shit? Electro feels weak. Can we agree on that? Electro still feels like a weak and underused element in many areas of the game, and I think that's not fair. It's not. Like I was saying earlier, right? Combat is the biggest strength of this game. So why is HoYoVerse alienating an entire freaking element when it comes to combat utility? Combat and utility, right? Super conduct is only used when you run a physical team, which, let's be honest, it's not very prevalent in the game, right? It's not very prioritized. Supercharged, no. Electrocharge, supercharge, what the fuck? Electrocharge is more of of a niche build, I must say, simply because a lot of units, even being Electro and Hydro, they don't really lean into that, right? Electro units have high innate base scaling in of themselves, and oftentimes it's to compensate for the lack of a powerful reaction. And that also doesn't lean into Electro charged. Electro charge is about uptime and consistency and area of an effect. You want to reach as big of an area as possible, right? So it's weird, man. Like, we don't have a, like, with exception to who? Lisa has good AoE. Like, Yai Miko's is more like single target, and it's wacky at that. Fischl is single target, and it's reliant on Hydro. Like, it's reliant on AoE Hydro to spread the Electro effects. It's a freaking weird state Electro is in, man. I'm gonna be honest. Beidou has AoE in her burst and in her elemental skill, but it's not passive enough, and it's difficult to get uptime, and the only way to get good uptime is to run a character that, like, supercharges their energy regen, which in this case would be Raiden Shogun. And you would think like, oh wow, like you would get high voltage resonance. That's perfect. Well, guess what? They have synergistic issues. Why, HoYoverse? Why do you do this? It's right, like, why? Like, are you scared it's gonna break the game? How is that gonna break the game? So that's why Sanzu and I, we were talking so much about this. Like, you know, how can HoYoverse, Sanzu, yes, you're here. Please share your theory on how Dendro can possibly reshape Electro to rebalance the current state of the elemental reaction. Because I'm kind of worried, man. Honestly, I'm worried. If Dendro's not going to fix it, we're going to be waiting for years for another potential hopium solution. Because I love Keqing. You guys know this. I've been saying this since I started playing the game. She was my first 5-star, and I can't imagine Dendro not doing anything to help out Electro. I don't need Electro. Like, people also misunderstands me when I say this. I don't need or want Electro to have a 2x multiplier. There are many ways to do damage in the game, many ways to bring value to a team than just damage. But right now, Electro just feels all over the place. Sansu says, if Dendro don't fix it, they can kiss my Leviathan money goodbye. Like, honestly, I'm seriously considering becoming a free-to-play, if, like, not a free-to-play, like, from a whale to more of a low spender, if Dendro doesn't fix some of these Electro issues. And let's not pretend like it doesn't exist, alright? Like, some people in some of my videos, when I bring this up, they're like, Electro is fine, look at Raiden Shogun. Dude, Raiden Shogun has almost nothing to do with Electro. She just has an Electro vision. That's it. What kind of reaction teams do you play for Raiden? She's literally a hyper carry. She doesn't give a shit about reactions. She just raw damage herself. She is the embodiment of damage. She doesn't need reactions. Dude, I'm gonna need Soul. If Soul is still here, I'm gonna need Soul to make like a video talking about people who think Electro is fine because Raiden is OP. Right? So I'm gonna need you to really embody that that vibe and just tell them to it like it is. People who think Electro is fine because Raiden exists in the game needs to get slapped across the booty cheeks. Is the it's the nicest way I can put it. So I think Dendro and Pyro is going to be our first instance of utilizing damage over time. And I think damage over time really isn't that prevalent, right? Yo, Soul, please, like, I cannot stress this enough. Every time I talk about Electro, every time I talk about reaction balancing, every time, and I'm sure there's going to be a good video, because, so I don't know if you talk about I don't know if you've talked about Electro as an element, but there are many, many issues with this element. Starting off with its like niche uses for superconduct, all the way to its damage preference being Electro Charge. And characters, while Electro themselves have higher innate scaling, miHoYo doesn't lean or benefit them or prioritize them when it comes to reactional damage. And that's a big freaking issue when your entire game is built around reaction teams, right? And here is what I need you to do, Soul. Because there are people, and I can't get through to them. Not with my freaking neutrality stance. I can't get through to them. They say like, oh, like, why are you bitching about Electro? It's not an issue. Just look at Raiden Shogun. Well, and my point here is Raiden doesn't need to be Electro, does she now? What if Raiden was Pyro? That's what I always say. Like, what if Raiden was Pyro? Is she not more OP? What if Raiden was Hydro? What if Raiden was any element but Electro? Would she not be stronger? Yes, she would. Yes, she fucking would. Super chat doesn't work for me for some reason. Sanzu is banned from super chat. Scoop says, I watched a video about predicting the Archon abilities in Genshin. The slime has been telling us from the beginning, I'm gonna win, burst, Geo, shield, Electro, the twins. What's the twins? Wait, are the twins Electro? I thought they were Hydro. Wanley says, I am still not able to see the pink member logo next to my name. I see it. I see it. Look, Wanley, look at livestream. It's pink now. Wait. The yellow and the purple one. Ah. Oh, Huangle says, I'm not used to seeing it. Oh, I see what see what you mean. It's nice. I like that color. It really pops. Like when I'm going through chat, it literally that pink symbol pops out immediately. Wait, Sansu is banned? Why? Sansu, did your bank managers finally catch up and be like, yo, hey man, what's going on here? But yeah, that was just my little rant on Electro. But I think it's fair to make the statement now that I think HoYoverse is aware of Electro, and that's why I think Yaimiko wasn't released with her artifact set. Alright, let's be honest here. Does Yaimiko need her artifact set? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yaimiko needs her artifact. Oh, there it is. Sansa River's back. Says, miHoYo is turning the frogs with the chemicals they put in the water. My new Alex Jones persona as a Genshin content creator. Yo, hey, I'd watch that. Yo, Sansu, if you started a YouTube video just talking about these weird, like, spin-off, controversial
Sansu River just
titles, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Damn, that's hot. miHoYo is turning the frogs GY with the chem seals they put in the water. Less than, my new Alex Jones persona is a Genshin content creator.
I watch the shit out of these. But, yeah. There's a reason why I think miHoYo didn't release Yaimiko with her artifact set, because they have plans for Electro. They have plans for Electro and how they're gonna rebalance it once Dendro drops. So they're gonna match that with the Dendro release. So overall, I'm hopeful. All right, I'm hopeful, and I can't wait for the day HoYoverse comes out with these Electro rebalancings. And then I'm gonna make a video shoving it in people's faces who's been telling me Electro is fine. Oh, if Electro is fine, then why the hell did they rebalance it? Yes, I'm a very spiteful person, if you guys haven't noticed. I don't like it when I say something and I know it's right or at least close to the truth through my research, and I know a lot of evidence points to it, with other people sharing my concern and then being told that I'm literally dumb for saying this. Right? Dude, just you guys wait. Mark my words, chat. Mark my words. If the changes happen, your boy is gonna be on it like that. The video's gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be all over the freaking screen with my judgmental confrontational you said Electro was balanced. Why are they changing it then? Why are they rebalancing it? Why are they buffing it? Electro is still better than Geo. Now, you see, I can't agree with that because Geo Resonance and Geo teams are so solid. No, but in all honesty, Geo teams are pretty baller. Alright, Geo teams are pretty baller. Overall, Geo teams, I think Geo is better played as like a triple Geo +1. You still need that you still need the reaction to get some crystallized, but honestly you don't need the crystallized. But triple Geo +1 teams are very easy to play. They're very resource friendly, and just look at the buffs, man. Look how much they give you. Look at what look how much they give you. Right? Alright, first let's start by let's see the defensive measures. They increase shield strength by 15%. Alright, pretty good. Additionally, characters protected by a shield will have the following special characteristics. Damage dealt increased by 15%. What the fuck? That's already a 30. Not a 30. That's like good value. Let's continue, because the one I want to highlight, dealing damage to enemies will decrease their geo resistance by 20% for 15 seconds. So damage increase, shield increase. On top of that, enemy resistance decrease. Come on, man.
Sussy
What's
Sanzu
not to like
River
about
just
this?
applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Electro is balanced like Paladin is a DPS in Lost Ark.
Only Lost Ark people would get that. Because, yeah, it's true. It's true. Nobody can play Paladin as DPS because it ruins the game for other people too. I guess Genshin in that, I mean, like, at least you don't ruin it for other people, but it's you're playing an uphill battle. Like, if you're heavily reliant on the Electro carries to deal damage for you, unless you run Raiden Shogun, you're gonna have a bad time. It's definitely a struggle, man. I think right now, if you want Kaching to 36-star the Abyss, Sanzu, is it possible? I don't know, man.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Soul says you're ignoring him, so I gotta do this for the homie. Soul says you're basically enlisting me to scream at people about Electro. I'm in.
Yeah, sorry, Soul. I miss messages sometimes. So, exactly. I think it's time now for us to make more noise than ever. Why? I'm also gonna try to make more videos about this, and of course, using my more neutral, convincing tone to tell people this is our last chance. Really, if Mihoyo doesn't do anything for Electro with Dendro, like Sanzu said, a lot of people, like a lot of dedicated believers, are gonna lose hope, because when's the next time? When is it gonna happen? Right? A new element comes in. Are they really gonna still even think about Electro at that point? I don't like Electro characters being standalone carries, like Raiden Shogun. That's one of the main reasons I think I don't enjoy Raiden Shogun, and I'm not backpedaling. How many people here have watched any of my videos saying I'm not a big fan of Raiden, especially I think even at C0, because C0 highlights a lot of Raiden's problems as a support DPS. I liked Raiden's concept being a more supportive role and when she's on the field, she deals good damage and she does everything. She supercharges the team. But at C0, I felt like she didn't have the damage.
Damn, that's hot. If Yae Miko charge 80k sped up, she be the next Ganyu.
Yo, Scoop, there was a video I saw on CN who talked about the same issue, right? Because they said Yae Miko's charge attack looks like that it was on purposely slowed down. Like on purpose. Because they increased her charge attack animation by 1.5 and it looks normal. It just looks like a normal charge attack and it looked fine. And then the one we have in game looks really slow. And they were saying like this looks like to be a purposeful decision by Mahalo to make sure Yae Miko doesn't become too good as an on-field charge attack specialist. I saw Soul's message earlier. He said something. Souls of the United says neutrality gets us nowhere, damn it. But Soul, think about it like this. We gotta do like a good cop, bad cop type deal. Alright? We need a good cop and a bad cop. But both cops are trying to get the same result, right? But some people just need to get their ass cheeks whipped, and then they might agree with you. So like I truly believe this. I think a lot of people who makes fun of us or like talk shit about us, they actually deep down they agree, but sometimes it's just the way we deliver it. They just don't want to cave on the spot, but deep down they know the issue exists and they agree with us. So if we got people like you in the community, you know, giving it to them like it is, straight up hard, like, hey dude, you gotta like whip them to shape. And then we got a good cop like me who's saying the exact same thing, but maybe a little bit nicer, treating them a little bit more gently, like, oh you poor baby, oh you watched Soul's video, well, oh I know he can be a little rough, but you know he does have a point, right? Right? Then we get him, then we convert them, then we have a new member for our for our cause.
Damn, that's hot. My Kaching clears CH Mabers in 30s to 1 minute, but my account should never be the metric.
Oh. Damn. So Kaching can still 36 star the Abyss. Like if you're C6 mega build, like I don't know, are you running an R5 weapon for her? Sigma Weep says intentions are second to interpretations. Yeah, exactly, because it doesn't matter what we're saying. It's all about how the people are receiving that information and how they interpret what we are saying matters more. I can say like some weird shit, but if they interpret it as something really positive for them, of course they're going to react positively. And that's where I think a lot of our messages gets lost in translations. All content creators, or in fact anyone that says anything, has a lot of what they say lost in translations due to other people's interpretations. Scoop NYG is asking, what constellations are you stopping at on Ayato? I'm going to try him at C0. And a lot of the times for me, getting constellations really depends on how lucky I get. Soul of an Artist says, yes, I'll beat them into submission so someone else can make them talk them into our point. Seems like a great method.
Damn, that's hot. What constellation are you stopping it on, Ayato?
Yeah, that's exactly what we have to do, because people will never simply agree with me by me being nice, by me talking like just logically and not getting mad at them, but they need others who have passion more built up in their delivery to really shake them to their core when it comes to that stuff. I truly believe that, and I can't do both, because then people are like, Walrus, what the fuck's your problem, man? you forgot to take your pills again? Because that's just like bipolar. If I were both like you and myself, right? So I can't do it.
7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. There's a low spender YouTuber who's still 36 stars with Kaching and Diluc, even the current ABSS, so I think it might be a skill issue for you, Walrus.
That's true then. If they're doing it, then probably I'm doing something wrong.
Sanzu River just
but I haven't invested in
wet
Kaching
status.
for a long
Damn,
time.
That's hot. If you don't have R5 Mist Splitter on Kaching, you will never feel you are doing most of the damage running her as main DPS.
Huh. My Kaching, I think her burst skill does around like 150k? Around there, like 150k. 150k, which I feel like
Hanzu River just applied
it's okay, but kind of low.
Damn, that's hot. Electro is a massive whale element currently.
I think Electro right now is just HoYoVerse's best whale bait. If you love Electro as an element and you want to make it work, first and foremost, you can go the easy way by getting C2, C3 Raiden, or you can go the hard way by building Electro, DPS, Kaching, C6, R5, and farm artifacts like a madman. That's the two ways, right? And I think Lay 7 does have a point. If free-to-plays are doing it, then it's still fine. So I guess a lot of people are saying like if people have issues with Electro and other people are seeing free-to-plays clearing Spiral Abyss 36 stars with as a free-to-play, right? With Kaching and Diluc, then Electro doesn't have an issue. But my point is more in that it's about input, right? Like, how much do you have to input? How much effort? Electro is a whale bait. So do you know? That's Geo. Is Geo a whale bait? I guess Electro with Raiden Shogun right now, it's more of a dolphin bait. C2, right? That's where people can stop. Geo, whale bait. I guess Geo has, what's his name again? Ito, right? Ito, a lot of people in CN, and let me reiterate, CN, this is what people in CN says. CN truly believes that Ito is an upgraded version of Zhao in many ways, right? Doesn't have many of the fundamental problems that Zhao currently has, like not being able to generate particles in your burst state. Ito can do that. And damage-wise, uptime-wise for the burst skill, Ito also, I believe, has increased uptime, decreased energy cost. Everything flows together really well when it comes to Ito. And I guess you're right in that point that if you enjoy a good slapping with your units, Ito is probably Ito C6 is going to be the best slappage character you can get. But I don't know, man. I think Electro, because I think so you're strictly speaking from like a more obtaining the character, right? But I'm also talking about the weapon. I'm talking about the artifact grind. Whales don't like to wait, right? Let's be honest. Whales don't like to wait. They like to get the thing now. So refreshing resin every single day is very common for giga whales to rush to a state that they're happy with. I think that's a given. So I'm talking about like collectively, not just obtaining the character, but getting their weapon up there. Also going through the artifact grind to assure they get like the best possible artifacts is like, it's a huge expenditure. So I don't know. I think Electro just requires so much more to make it work. Right now, if you want to build a proper Electro carry, you have to farm like 2 artifact domains. Because you need to farm the Midnight Summer Courtyard or something like that, whatever that thing is called, the Electro domain, and then you got like the Thunder Fury set, right? And then you got to go farm a Shimenawa set, 2-piece, or you got to go farm the Gladiators, which is a huge pain in the ass. I guess you can use the Strongbox for the Gladiators, which like you're constantly farming for it through Strongboxes, and then or you can go farm the Shimenawas. It's a pain in the ass, man. I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, I think HoYoVerse should have more incentive to fix Electro, simply because if they want to release more characters in the Electro element, it's going to be hard to always make Electro play with themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they have all this stuff that Electro can interact with. If they don't somehow fix these problems, then Electro will always be like forced to play by themselves. Like this giant playground full of kids, and everybody's having fun with each other, and then you get a kid by itself in a corner. Like, what the hell's the point? You got to get them all together, all to have fun. Include everybody in this giant happy playground, right? Come on, Hoyoverse. And I know at this point a lot of people have lost hope, but don't lose hope just yet, because the fact that Hoyoverse did not release Yae Miko's artifact with her release means it's coming down the line. And why would they delay it? That's a good question. That's $1 million question. Why would Hoyoverse delay Yae Miko's artifact set? Is it not because they have something better for it down the line? I'm just saying. Is it not better for them to release the artifact set for Yae Miko along with the Dendro changes to fully utilize the Dendro element? I think right now Dendro is not finalized. How much you guys want to bet? Even now, as we speak, Dendro is not finalized. So if they release Yae Miko's artifact or this patch, right? If they release Yae Miko artifact this patch and then Dendro has some last minute changes, they are not going to be able to apply those changes to the artifact that's already in the game. That's the problem right now. Like, they need to release it together, so if they need to make last minute changes, they can tweak it on everything. On the artifact, maybe tune down the number a little bit and put more power into the reaction, the Dendro Electro reaction, take that power away from the artifact, and therefore it's balanced, right? So they put more emphasis, like, hey, if you want to deal good damage, you need both the artifact and the reaction. You can't just use the artifact. For me, that's at least what I think, because then there will be no need to delay the artifact set, because Zhao is already gutted. Like, they bent Zhao backwards and screwed him for like an entire year already. There's no problem if they waited another 2 months for that. But Yae Miko is the more current issue, right? People were upset and they knew Yae Miko is going to be somewhat incomplete at release without her artifact set. So that's why they decided to do that. Or else that nobody would bat an eye if it wasn't Zhao's artifact this patch. So that's what I think. So now we have the Yae Miko situation that people are not very happy about, right? People are saying Hoyoverse is how do I put this? Hoyoverse is getting lazy with their character design. I don't think they're necessarily getting lazy. It's just the way they design these characters and complete them afterwards, depending on like community reception.
NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I think we all find the perfect artifacts for characters we are not farming or leveling for.
That's true. And you know, there was another conspiracy, right? Let me show you guys this. So if you guys, oh, wrong one. If you guys see the bag, right? Look, artifact slot is 1500. You can only hold 1500 artifacts. And there are some whales. I don't know if Sanzu you're doing this, but there are some whales who says this is not nearly enough to hold every single piece of artifact niche that they want. So there are whales right now farming artifact niches for example, they're farming sands and goblet pieces for different situations, right? They're holding into the god tier defense, elemental mastery, and on different sets to make sure that if a character ever comes in the future, that any set would be ready to go for them. And I know people will be like, what the fuck? Like, is that what whales are doing in this game nowadays? Like, yeah, there are some people who want to future-proof some of these artifact sets, the really popular ones, and they're saying like it's not enough. 1500 is not enough. And it's, of course, that's by design. Because if it were enough, then the Hoyo would be running out of money in time through like a consistent revenue stream of people, what'd you call it? Resin refilling. You see, this is how much I do resin refilling. I do it enough to not even know what the fuck it is. So yeah, it's, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So it's not enough. Sansa River says, don't ask me, I have to raise every character, so I rarely hit the cap. Okay. Yeah. But there are people who are hoarding a lot of these artifacts, and 1500 is enough. And of course, that's by design, because Hoyoverse needs you to keep farming artifact. It's like one of the only grindable, think about it, it's one of the only grindable, repeatable, endless content in the game.
Applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Don't ask me. I have to raise every character, so I rarely hit the cap.
Angelo Gallardo is asking, Walrus, when are you going to make an artifact giveaway? That will easily be the most expensive giveaway anybody can do in the game. Can you guys imagine, like, if a content creator gives away the perfect, I don't know, perfect goblet for Raiden Shogun? Like, I will give away the perfect electro goblet. I'm talking crit rate, crit damage, and they're all max rolls, by the way. All stats are max rolls. So electro damage for Raiden Shogun, crit damage, crit rate, attack percentage, and what's the last one gonna be? Energy recharge. And all are max stat, and we will roll like into crit damage and crit rate. Can you imagine how expensive that giveaway is, both for time but also money? That is insane. Like, I will help you grind your account until we get it. That could take months, man. That could take months to get that one piece. Maybe even a year if you're unlucky. And because listen, we're not saying just simply getting crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, and ER. They all have to be the highest rolls as well. So if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so crit rate, highest roll for crit rate is 3.9%. Crit damage, the highest roll is 7.8%. So as you can see here, I have the highest crit rate roll, but my crit damage is only 5.4, which is the lowest roll, I believe, for crit damage. So this would be a no-go, right? So you have to get the highest. Oh, this one is pretty good, but we didn't get the on piece, right? 3.9, 7.0. This one's getting there. And I think I showed you guys this the other day. I don't think I have one. That's the highest for both crit rate, and that's just 2 stats. You know what I'm saying? It's, oh, that's, hey, that's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn close. But that's a pretty mean giveaway. No content creator can ever do that giveaway. Look at weapon storage. What's weapon storage? Oh, Mahoyo. Oh no, Mahoyo. Mahoyo gave us more weapon storage than artifact storage.
Wet status. Damn, that's hot. What about co-op artifact trades? That would be nice.
Co-op artifact trades? So like if you do co-op, at the end people can trade artifacts? No. That wouldn't be okay, because then people would just make multiple accounts, right? People would, like, I have enough devices to make 4 accounts, and I just like do artifact runs with all 4 of my accounts and trade all the good stuff to my main. That would be a loophole. Unless they make it so you can only do random co-ops. So that means like you can only do co-op by using their in-game matchmaking, and you cannot invite friends to do co-op. Maybe, but that would still be too convenient. Think about it like this: if Hoyoverse lets you do that, yeah, they would increase player engagement within the community, but at the same time they would lose a lot of money, because people wouldn't be doing resin refills. Like there would be less people doing resin refills. And whales would be carrying these people through their artifact grinds, so people wouldn't need to even do artifact grinds anymore, because I mean, they wouldn't have to get that many good artifacts, because they just co-op. They just run co-op with someone else, or like a whale, and because whales would just be running co-op all day, right? They first foremost, they get to flex on other people with their C6 characters, because now it's incentivized to play with groups, giving whales more incentive to go flex on people, and of course help out the free-to-plays. But at the same time, it would mean that free-to-plays or lower spenders don't need to prioritize that much on building their own strong characters to grind artifact domains, because whales would just do it for you. And at the same time, whales don't need to spend that much on artifact grinds, because they just go carry people and then try to see if they can snag up the best artifact that they need, right? It would be fun though. That would be a lot of fun, to be honest. Like, especially if you get to roll.
NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Artifact auctions with in-game currency.
Oh my god. Artifact auctions with in-game currency? That's like your typical MMO marketplace stuff, right? I honestly I don't have anything against it. It's just I know Genshin's trying hard to not be that. Genshin's trying very hard to not be that. I would love that though. I would love to help people. I would love to play with other people and do artifact grinds with my characters. It'd be so much fun. JM Wash says, for your information, they have an affix reroll in Honkai Impact, which is basically substat rerolling if this was Genshin terms. So they already have this in other games, but why not add it here? I think it's just because the game is not matured enough. Yeah. I think eventually it'll come. Eventually they will. It'll come. Just not now. They need to milk more money first. Eventually there will be a new system for them to milk steady streams of income.
River just
Then they'll
applied
give
wet
it to us.
status. Damn, that's hot. At least the F2P will have another source of primo.
That's true. More sources of primo for F2Ps. I'm sure they will be happy. But oh my god, can you imagine if they released a marketplace and you can buy oh my god, you can buy artifacts with primo gems? Holy shit, that would be a nightmare for people, wouldn't it? Actually no, wait, okay, free to play, in chat right now, would you like a system where you can sell your god tier artifacts for primo gems? Would you do it? And like Giga Whales would come and spend like primo gems on your artifacts. Like, yes, no. Okay, so people are asking how much. Let's find an artifact. Let's find a piece of artifact that I have that's relatively good, and let's see if, like, how much do you think someone should be paying for this? So no, that's trash if we're talking about spending money on it. Oh, I know, I have a Geo Goblet, but it's not on set. Damn, where's my Ganyu? I think my Ganyu has a pretty... Oh no, but that's not on set. See, this is the thing, right? Prices will differ. It's hard to... My artifacts are so, like, mid. Most of them are so mid that I don't think I can ever say, like...
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Me and Soul have connected and are homies now, thanks Walrus.
No problem, Lay7. It's good to, like, I think that's the whole point of me sharing his video was it last stream? Like on Wednesday. Because when I find somebody like this, and I didn't actively search Soul out, it was YouTube that recommended his first video to me. It's like, oh, this guy is very interesting. Right? Like, holy shit, like, holy, this guy is truly interesting. He's able to say all this stuff without caring about the repercussions from the community. And that's why I shared him with you guys, because I think a person like that deserves to have his voice heard. So Soul, continue doing what you do, man. I think the people who can hear through the swearing and the aggression will truly benefit from the messages you have to put out. So keep it up, keep it up. But okay, we're just going to find some random piece here. Let's just say this flower piece. All right, chat. Let's just go with this flower piece. Let's say, do you guys think it's fair to charge for this piece 1,000 primo gems? 1,000. Right? So to farm this piece...
NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. God tier has to be worth a 10 pull.
So 1,000 primo gems is like 21 Canadian dollars. That's like 15. That's like 15 US dollars, right? For that piece. I think. What do you guys think? Where did it go? What do you guys think? More? Too much? 10k primos for this? Okay, free to place. Free to place. Do you think you would sell this piece for 10k primo gems? If somebody offered you 10k, would you sell this? Remember, free to place.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. 10k primo for that one.
Think about it. Literally, there will be an ecosystem of free-to-players farming artifacts, not for themselves, but for whales. Whales can now spend top dollars for other people to farm artifacts for them. And free-to-plays, you can literally C6. You can literally C6 any character you want if you get lucky enough. miHoYo would still be making fat bank from the whales, but free-to-plays can benefit from those primo gem incomes. Because whales would be buying primo gems to buy artifacts off of the free-to-plays. It will be a very destructive ecosystem, though. And let me tell you, Sanzu says he's willing to offer 10k for this piece, but Sanzu is an electro simp. Understand that. What if you come across a geo simp who is trying to build like their Ito, and they're getting shafted by this domain, and they just get tired of it? Do you think they would give more than 10k for this piece just so they don't have to go through the mind-numbingly grind of that artifact domain? And let's just pretend like they also don't care about the clam set. All they want is the opulent dreams. Do you think somebody would pay more than 10k? I think so.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. People underestimate how much of a whale people can be. Look at Lost Ark.
Lost Ark, there are people who dropped like 50 grand already in Lost Ark, and the game's been out for a month. That's crazy. There will be whales who, like, even among whales, there are fights, right? Like, there are people who outbid other whales in auctions just to flex, even though the item itself is not worth that much. And truly, it would be a system that benefits a lot of people. Free-to-plays get a lot more primo gems, but do you know what would be a big problem for miHoYo? Is that the engagement into the game will be much less when it comes to events. So if free-to-plays are getting thousands of primo gems per patch, just spending all their resin to grind artifacts for the whales, no one's gonna play the events. Very few. Like we're gonna see like a drop of 80% event participation. So what ends up happening is that miHoYo would have to cater the game to be about artifact grinds, which then makes the game very one-dimensional, and it essentially in time will kill the game. That's a big problem. When it comes to money, I think miHoYo can make more money this way to incentivize whales to spend more, but the dolphins might also get baited in. Like some dolphins might get baited into this as well. It's like, oh, you know, maybe an extra $10 and I can get this god tier artifact for my characters. It's very doable. And I'm sure somebody will work out the math to say like, hey, free to place. So with the primo gems that you get from the whales, invest like 20% of that into resin and continue grinding artifact sets to sell more artifacts to the whales, right? There will be an ecosystem that exists at that time if that system were ever to be integrated, but I don't think MiHoYo will ever do that. Yes, they would make money from it, but it'll kill all other aspects of their game. Yeah, it would kill the rest of the game if this were added. Unfortunate. I would love to see a system like that for selfish reasons, simply because artifact grinding is very painful for whales. I know, like, oh, suffering from success, right? Like, you can play the game freaking 2 hours a day grinding artifacts and RNG rolling like a freaking slot machine, but you're suffering from it. I know. It sounds absurd to say. Kwongbei says, do you know Vars? He made a really good video on artifact grind hell. I don't know who Vars is. Like I said, I very, very rarely consume other content creators' content. I think there's not a single content creator I watch every single video of theirs, because I get influenced.
Damn, that's hot. Genshin isn't set up for that kind of system.
Yeah. Genshin is not set up for that, and I don't think they'll ever go that direction. Kasraken says, I don't think it would kill the story building of the game at all. Yeah, story building, it won't get killed, but everything else, like let's be honest, who would do the events of the game for Primogems at that point? Like the time you spend doing those events would literally be like... Actually, though, wait. If people are out of resin, they would still do the events, right? No, they wouldn't. Would they? I think they still would. Some people would, just to get that extra Primogem. But then the Primogem from the events have to be toned back to make sure free-to-plays don't get too much Primogems. It's hard to balance this stuff. It's hard to balance it. Like, honestly, I'm getting a headache just thinking about how to balance it. It will work if events give fragile resin, bro. Then they would go all in on it, wouldn't they? Like, MiHoYo's just go, you know what? Fuck it. All in. Events from now on don't give Primogems. They only give fragile resin. Go
Sussy
for it, man.
just go grind artifacts. Damn, that's hot. It will work if events give fragile resin.
Dude, if HoYoverse just doubles down on this system and be like, everything is about fragile resin and farming artifacts.
Damn, that's hot. Vars is another Kaching simp.
Maybe I'll check Vars out. Because I'm always interested in people who have things to say that aren't just positive. Because, like, let's be honest, the positive stuff, everybody hears it, right? Everybody hears the positivity. It's good, right? I think when Genshin is good, it's great. But there are many aspects of Genshin that could really use some love and attention from MiHoYo. And I like to hear some of that stuff. Not all of them I agree with. Sometimes I think people get too emotional. Try to find a good balance, is what I'm saying. Ray0403 says, get rid of flat attack defense. You forgot HP, man. and fix the goddamn drop rate. Here's the thing. I wholeheartedly believe attack, defense, and flat attack, defense, and HP are literally there to make people have a harder time to grind artifacts. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Correction. Vars 2 is the Kaching simp.
Wait. Are there two people called Vars? Or is there one? Kaz Kraken says, stop flexing that artifact on me, click on something normal. Okay. Like this one? Hey, look at those flat rates. Wait, let me go to something else that's more tragic. What's a very tragic artifact that I'm running?
NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. How much would you pay for a crown?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Let's go to Raiden. Where's my Raiden? Where's my Raiden's crown? I would pay... Oh. My Raiden crown is over here, right? For this crown. Alright, let me tell you. I would pay for an Emblem of Severed Fate crown. I want crit rate. I want crit damage rolled at least 3 times. So that's around like 15 to 16% crit damage at least 3 times. I want energy recharge. I want attack percentage, and I want elemental mastery. And if crit damage is rolled at least 3 times, everything else goes into energy recharge. I'd pay $200 for that. I would pay $200 worth of Primo Gems. I would pay 16k to 20k Primo Gems for that. I pay 20k Primo Gems. And I know there will be people who will pay way more. I know there will be people who will willingly pay like probably 50, 80k Primo Gems for that crown that I just said. Like, we're talking crit rate, crit damage, triple rolled with energy recharge, attack percentage, and elemental mastery. I would trade that. I would pay that much for it. But I know for a fact I would get outbidded. I know for a fact if it was an auction, somebody would easily pay up to 80k Primo Gems for that piece. Sanzu River agrees. See? Crown currently 20k Primos. Yeah, see, like Sanzu and I agree, like that's a reasonable price for most people to pay for it. That's like almost $300, chat. You guys have to understand.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Crown currently 20k Primo if it was me, and I've been known to be a cheapskate among whales.
I'm just saying. Oh, talent crown, not circlet.
Sussy Scoop
Bro.
NYG just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Talent crown, not circlet.
I wouldn't pay a dime for talent crowns. You know why? I don't have a single character I have level 10 talent. Look, I have not done a single character who have level 10 talent. Look, nobody. Why is that? And I've said this many times. I don't want to. None of my characters have a crown. I haven't crowned anybody. No. I don't think there's any point to go any further because these characters aren't even level 90 anymore. Oh, I meant talent crown. Talent crown? You would pay that much, Sanzu, for a talent crown? I guess I'm biased. It's not fair to ask me about this because I'm heavily biased. I have 8. Alright, pay up! I will sell it to all of y'all instantly. I would sell all of my Crown of Insights. And I know I've missed out on a couple of them. I think right now you should have like what?
Sussy
11 or 12.
Just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I meant talent crown, by the way.
Look at that. I would sell that to you guys in a heartbeat. I haven't used any crowns and I only have 8. I think there should be 11 or 12 crowns. Oh, 18? Bro, I missed out on 10 crowns then. Yeah. So I think this is why Hoyoverse would never add that system. It's fun to talk about it, but they'll never add it. They need, and I know for a fact that Mihoyo would make more money this way. Mihoyo would make more money, but that would just be a cash grab. That would be a desperate attempt at a cash grab, which would absolutely kill the reputation for this game. So it'll never happen, but it's fun to think about. Like I said, Giga Whales don't function on common sense. No, they do not, sir. No, they do not. Oh my god. So I think 2.6 is going to be fun. I think the new artifact domain, The new artifact domain is going to be pretty good value.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn,
Where?
that's hot. Like I said, Giga whales don't function on common sense.
Where are the artifact sets? Ah, here it is. This artifact domain is going to be good value. I'm going to bring it up on screen right now so you guys can see. Is this on HD? Alright, can you guys see this? Two-piece set effect is attack plus 18%. You guys do know that this will be like such a high efficient grind because all of these two-piece can give you 18% attack. Very good value overall, but with the future being less and less reliant on 2 and 2 artifact sets, like think about it. Once the new Electro artifact drops, I'm already saying it like it's like gossip, like like it's gonna happen for sure. Once the new Electro artifact set drops, we're gonna have very few characters that will still be running a 2 and 2 set piece. Very few. At the top of my head, I can't even think of any. So this is going to be, I don't want to say right now, more efficient than the Emblem of Sever Fate domain, but I can see this as being a very good overall domain for a lot of people. Granted, if you don't have Zhao, this piece starts becoming less and less enticing, right? But kind of just like what we're farming the Emblem of Sever Fate right now, the Shimenawa set works on a couple characters. Of course, not all characters, but there will be a couple, I want to say, characters that can benefit from just a 2-piece of this. Still. Massive Tadpole 73 says unrelated, but I hope the trend of those red arrow clickbait Genshin channels dies down soon. I think I know what you're talking about. It's weird, right? I don't know about you guys, but I go out of my way to block channels that are very spammy. So I don't get recommended a lot of the channels anymore because I think the algorithm also picks up on it. Once you like block 5 or 6 of them, the algorithm is like, okay, this guy really hates this shit, so I'm just gonna not show him any more of it. Yeah, and leak channels, I block all of them. All of them, they're blocked. So I don't see any leak channels, which is good. And every time a new one pops up, I block him immediately. And I think at this point, Genshin, YouTube knows what I want and don't want to see, right? So I think over time, if you guys are consistent with it, you'll get rid of a lot of channels you don't want to watch. Hopefully, I'm not one of those, but you know, hey, let's stay positive. And yeah, Eric Neon is saying a really good point. I think he's saying these sets will most likely be suitable for future characters. I think there will be future characters who will be able to make use of this. Maybe a Dendro character, who knows? This one is actually fixing a couple of Yoimiya's issues. Not issues, but like it's pretty good for Yoimiya. I want to farm this set and try it out on Yoimiya. Thematically, doesn't really fit, but hey, you gotta deal with what you got, right? When normal attack hits opponents, there's a 36% chance that it will trigger Valley Right, which will increase normal attack damage by 70% of attack. So remember, it's not flat 70%.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status.
70% of your
Damn,
attack.
That's hot. These new artifacts are just depressing. Marginal boost and RNG. Maybe if a character that makes you lose HP release or Dendro is all dot.
Because what characters, let's go into the game real quick. What characters heavily relies on their burst to deal damage. I wonder who heavily relies on their burst skill to deal damage. Of course, Raiden is one of them. What about Ayaka? How would Ayaka work with this set? After using the elemental burst, the character will gain the nascent light effect, increasing their attack by 8% for 16 seconds. When the character HP decreases, their attack will further increase by 10%. This increase can occur this way a maximum of 4 times. What do they mean by decreases? Right, chat? Let's take a look at this. So, what if I only lose 1 HP? Does it work? What do you like? What like it's so ambiguous. What do they mean when the character's HP decreases? So if I get hit by the enemy during my burst, do I get this effect immediately? So every instance of my HP decreasing, I get 10%? Is that how it works? So like let's say if I'm Raiden Shogun. Let's say if I'm Raiden Shogun, right? Eternity. And I use my burst skill. And then I'm hitting. Oh, I get hit once. Well, of course, Raiden doesn't get staggered. So I hit and I get hit once. And I just lose like 200 health. Do I immediately get 10% attack? And that can happen 4 times, right? No, I'm just saying. Right? So it doesn't matter if it's I lose 1 health or I lose 1,000 health. Every instance that causes me to lose HP, I gain 10%. Interesting. Because Raiden Shogun loses quite a bit of health during her burst in some cases, right? When you fight against like rune graders or bosses that don't get staggered when you hit them, that's pretty good. Right? Think about it. Could Raiden Shogun use this set? I don't think she can really maximize its effects though. Because the attack plus 18% doesn't lean too well. But then again, if you're running the catch, 230, 240 energy recharge is enough. And if you can get it through your artifact set, you can really double down on the attack. Because the catch really needs attack. It's a 4-star weapon. So it really... Michi, what are you doing? It's a 4-star weapon that really needs attack. I don't know. You see, this is the kind of stuff... me sitting here trying to guess this is not going to work. I have to go into the game and test this out. But I still think Emblem of Severed Fate is going to be better. Oh, Michi. Michi. Woo. 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 You guys can't see this, but the cat is really enjoying the... Michi, come here. Come here. I'll pull him closer. No, Michi, no, come back. Michi. Well, he's gone. I saw somebody... Oh, I saw someone in chat said they got a new cat, didn't they? Was it Beth? Is she still here? Beth R. Yes. You got a new ragdoll, didn't you? I like when I was getting ready for stream, I saw you said you have a 10-month-old ragdoll. But Hmm. I would rate 2.6 7 out of 10. I would rate 2.6 7 out of 10. And the last 3 points are deducted because of a lack of endgame development. On top of that, no teapot upgrades and no artifact preset. So 3 points deducted from there. I think it's going to be a pretty decent patch. I think it's going to be one of the better patches we've had in a while, simply because of the Archon quest, along with the new artifact set, fleshing out some of the power that's needed from older characters. No, Michi. Venti get power creep? Venti's been power creeped for a long time now, but Venti's problem isn't because of Kazuha's existence, it's because of the lack of mob grouping content that's required nowadays. One 1.2 was so good, maybe the best patch. I think 1.2 was definitely a strong patch, but the residue of like what it left behind is just a barren wasteland. I really wish 1.2. I really wish they did more with the region of Dragonspine. It definitely feels pretty dead. Feels bad to think about it.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. It's better to think about Vermilion set as someone else will come along able to use it as well as CO or facilitate its use.
Yeah, I think Vermilion is going to be utilized by some Dendro characters, but I think there will definitely be a dedicated Dendro set once it releases. Wait a minute. Because we have sets that give pyro damage bonus, hydro damage bonus, right? We're going to get one of these sets for Dendro once the region drops. This 100% is going to be a set like this. So there's going to be some characters that can use a Vermilion set, but there will be also characters that would prefer the classic Dendro set. Now, my question is, what's the 4-piece set effect going to be for Dendro? Do they want to give the element an identity straight up as just the element, or do they want the element to? Because right now, let's for example look at this one. The 4-piece set effect is heavily incentivizing you to do reaction damage. It's not wanting you to play pyro by itself, right? It just wants you to do reaction. Whereas this piece, the Pale Flame set, it doesn't give a shit. It doesn't care. So what type of priority would Dendro's 4-set effect be? Is it for, like, it could be a completely different effect as well. Like, what if it's for healing? I don't know. I'm throwing shit around right now, but I'm just saying, what does Hoyoverse want Dendro to prioritize? No, Michi! No! Let go! Let go! Ah! My Booba sword, I don't know if you guys can see, Michi has destroyed some of the plastic stringing I have on my Booba sword. It's not factory new anymore. He has bit into my Booba sword as well. Geomain says, what is reactions? Just Unga Boonga. Honestly, I think that's part of the charm when it comes to Geo. You don't have to think too much about it. All the buffs, all the power you need is in the resonance. So much of it is in the resonance, and Geo characters themselves can take care of the rest. And Soda Machine King is saying, anyone else wants Geo to react with Dendro and grow plants? Dude, do you guys know about the thorns that that's summoned by the not Geo, by the Dendro like Samachurls? They summon these freaking thorns and you get stuck on them when you touch them. That shit is so annoying. Like, dude, I hate that so much. I hate that thing so much. It blocks your shots if you're like playing a ranged character. It blocks your path if you're a melee character. It's just so annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know. I would love to see in the future that kind of like Geo, Dendro can summon some sort of structure that obstruct and also damages the enemy at the same time. So maybe in the future we can use like Geo plus Dendro to build an entire like like a temple or something, and you trap the enemies inside, and then you seal it with the Dendro structures, and then they just like take damage slowly and die inside your the temple that you build. I hope they don't limit the amount of structures, and I hope they don't limit the structure building to Geo. So for example, 3 structures total, including Geo and Dendro structures. That would be bad. I would love for 3 Dendro, 3 Geo, and I will build a freaking fortress out of it. I will build a temple. I will build my own nation in Genshin Impact. Yukihira says, I want Dendro to have summoning types, like summon plant monsters to fight for you. I'm surprised till this day, we don't have any character that can summon units. Like a summoner type character. I would love that. I would want that. A summon type character would be so cool. Official doesn't count, does she? Like, when I'm saying summon, like, I want living, breathing, like, AI-controlled mobs. So, like, imagine summoning a horde of Hilichurls, and the Hilichurls just charge forward and attack or something. Like that type of summon. Summon a bunch of... Like, Groba, Oz, they don't count... Like, in my opinion, they don't count as summons. Like, yeah, you're summoning something, but they're stationary. They're, like, predictable. They don't have additional AI, like, like controlling them to attack enemies. So I don't think I like that. I want, let's say... I remember Ayato was able to summon, like, a Hydro clone of himself or something, but it's also, like, temporary. I want something that's controlled by AI, like a golem that goes and smashes enemies, and like they keep chasing after the enemies and hit them and stuff like that. Do you trust MiHoYo AI targeting though? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. But it's cool to think about. Sanzu River says, everyone wanted to build something creative with geostructures too, but it usually ends up turning into PP. Well, that's because it's very difficult, right? Like, you have to position it, and it disappears so quickly. So like, and everybody, and at the time PP was getting a lot of upvotes on Reddit and stuff, and like everywhere you share them, they just get upvoted like crazy. So like, and then it just turned to this like people farming clicks farming upvotes, and everybody was building PP. Lay 7 says 7 minutes till wars. Yup, I know you guys. I see. I have the home screen open. I see Flowcat. Let's see. It's 5 minutes 23. It's called Flow Fam Community Podcast. So
Sussy Sanzu River
I'm gonna be
just
watching
applied
it
wet
later.
Status. Damn, that's hot. Everyone wanted to build something creative with geostructures too, but it usually end up turning into PP.
I'm gonna be having the podcast open while
Sussy
I'm
Lay
playing
7
some Lost
just
Ark.
applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. 7 minutes till walrus.
You guys want to see my Eula build? Sure, I'll show you my Eula build. This is my Eula build. No, it was a Electro Cup. Yeah, this one. Look, physical damage, but I have these stats on it. Was this my headpiece? I don't think so. I think this is the headpiece. That is not the weapon I use. This is the weapon I use for her, I believe. Are the stats correct? No. I was running a... That means I was running... Oh no, the stats are correct. No, is this what I've been running? No, this is what I've been running, right? Oh, this is just a better piece. Okay, yeah. I have to get this to plus 20, then this would be my better piece. But right now, currently, it's this one. But that one is just as good. Yeah. Something like this. This is what my Eula is currently running. It does take me a couple tries sometimes to get the burst to crit, though. But yeah, this is what I currently have for Eula. Sons of River says, back to work. I'll be lurking, including the podcast. Gotta earn that yelling money. Bro, we're all trying to... Dude, have I told you guys I've taken up a new part-time endeavor to make some extra cash outside of my normal daytime job? Dude, life is rough now, man. Like, Genshin isn't getting any cheaper, and they're not raising my wage.
Sussy Sanzu River
what
just
does a man
applied
gotta
wet
do?
Status. Damn, that's hot. Back to work. I'll be lurking, including the podcast. Gotta earn that yellin' money.
Don't worry, people. Don't worry. We're out here. We're out here hustling and bustling, and I hope you guys. Hey, Michi, no, Michi, no. And I hope you guys are working hard as well, right? Earn those primo gems. If you can't buy them, earn them in game. Play the events. I'll be here, suffering alongside you guys every step of the way. All right. And we're getting close to the end of stream here. Flowcat's about to start his stream. All right. I want to send you guys over so you guys can all be there. This is going to be episode 1. How many times do you get to take part in being in the first episode of something? Pin message. All right. It's pinned, people. This will be a podcast. I will be in there. It's starting in less than 2 minutes. So I'm going to end stream here in about a minute. So people, make sure to go tune in. Listen to what they have to say. I'm going to be in there. I'm very interested. I don't know what they're going to be talking about. But I hope, to see you guys all in there. All right. Just jump on in. Show them some love. Is this funny? Is this furry? I don't know. Flowcat is part of our community. He's been putting on the grind for making some very, very enjoyable content, very chilled, down to earth, and just generally very thoughtful. All right. So if you guys are wanting to hear more about Genshin Impact, make sure to hop in. I hope to see you guys all there. I'm about to end stream now. And remember, next Saturday, I'm doing my giveaway for another 5-star character of your choice. Raiden Shogun, Kokomi, Ayato,
Lay 7 just
or
applied wet
Venti.
status. Damn, that's hot. Let's go.
Yeah. So Lay 7's going to be participating in the podcast. So you're going to be hearing his beautiful, beautiful voice. Hope to see you guys all there. All right. Until next time, though, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the generous donations. Thank you for Soul as well. If he's still here, thank you for tuning in. Loved to see what you got planned in the future as well for your content. All right. So that's going to be that for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the podcast. So till then, stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye-bye.